Hey guys, Chris with Killer Arcade Games here. This is my Mortal Kombat 4 Arcade1Up cabinet. No, it's not an official Arcade1Up cabinet. This one actually has the Mortal Kombat 4 real arcade PCB inside. I did not build this cabinet, by the way. My friend Daniel did. He sold it to me at a great price, so I had to buy it. And a lot of people have asked me, how do you get the arcade board to hook up to the Arcade1Up? It's actually really easy. This is not a tutorial, but I'm going to take you guys around back and show you really quickly. Well, before we start, let's get it out of the way now. Yes, this is a horrific mess in here. Yes, I tried to fix it. I did not set it up like I said. It is so tangled that I tried to make a video of me fixing it because I moved the PCB from the floor of the cabinet to the wall of the cabinet, and I said, I'm going to tackle this thing, I'm going to fix it. I couldn't win. Basically, the rat's nest won.
Rat's Nest wins.
And if you want to see more on that, it's actually a members only video on the channel. So if you're not a member and you want to see it, just join the channel at the $2.99 level per month and it'll show you guys what went wrong there. So since we're down here, let's look. We've got the arcade PCB. This is the real thing, of course. It comes out with a JAMA harness, that rat's nest we just talked about there. The JAMA harness provides power, the video signal, all of that comes out of the board there. You do need your extra kick harness for the extra buttons. And really all you have to do is just wire up your buttons like you had it in a real arcade cabinet. The wires are color coded, it tells you what's what, you just match it up to the proper button. Also over here is a power supply for the board. This powers the arcade PCB. If you don't know how to use one of these, be very careful because you do need to get the right voltage, and that would be, let me zoom in on it, or focus, that would be this knob here. Be very careful when setting that. Be sure you're setting the right voltage, and if you don't have a voltmeter, wait until you do. You could fry your board if you do the wrong amount of voltage, or if it's just off a little bit, it's going to do weird things. So then you need to find the video out that comes off of the JAMA harness. Okay, and that's going to go up to this little board right here. This is the video converter board. It's taking that arcade signal there, it is converting it into a VGA signal, or you can get a board that has HDMI out. It will send that out, and it can go to your LCD controller board for your Arcade1Up monitor. If you have never modded an Arcade1Up before, look for the serial number there. Search that serial number on Amazon. You'll find LCD controller boards for it. You can just plug it in with a couple simple plugs. It's very easy to do. And really that's it. So as long as you pull your working arcade board from a working cabinet, you know how to hook up all your buttons to it, which is not that difficult, and you know how to get the power supply connected and working properly, then you can actually do this quite easy. I actually think it's a little bit easier than just doing a full-on PC mod because everything game-wise is pre-set up. And if you want to know how it's powered on and off, everything's just plugged into this power strip, which includes the power supply here. All I do is just, of course, flip the switch, and when I boot it back up, flipping this switch will actually turn on the monitor, it turns on the arcade board, it turns on everything. So you don't have to manually go in and flip switches on anything else. It's just one switch, does it all. I did add the fan because it is ideal to keep the board cool, by the way. No matter what board you get, you might as well keep it cool. But this little board right here, the video converter board, will run you anywhere from $20 to $40 something. It's not that expensive. But once you do get it installed there, you are going to have to get in there and adjust the image. The image on the screen is going to be a mess. It's going to show up in a different language. I think it's Chinese or Japanese. I can't really tell. And you're going to have to change it to English just by messing around in the menus, but it's really not that difficult. And one thing I almost forgot is you're going to need speakers because part of that JAMA harness, what comes off that JAMA harness is sound. And there we go. We got two big speakers up here. These things are stupidly loud. I have the arcade setting very low. Pay no attention to the dust, by the way. And here's a quick look at the deck. Is very self-explanatory. You know, you just put your controls in there, wire them up underneath. You're probably wondering, how do you get credits? And I mean, maybe you can just leave it on free play, right? Well, that's true, but I did install these credit buttons, which give you credits. And right here, this is the button that gets you into the service menu. So you hit that button, and you're into the service menu of the arcade game. So you can put it into free play mode very easily in here, change the difficulty of course, and turn the attract sounds on and off. It's off right now because I'm recording this video and I don't want it making a ton of noise. Well, there you have it. That's really it. It's just that little board that converts the arcade signal that really is the difference. If the game was running in your arcade cabinet or a real arcade cabinet before you purchased it, as long as you have your power supply, as long as you have a working Arcade1Up monitor, the cabinet itself will work fine to hold everything inside of it. You can just convert the video signal over, plug in your controls, and it's ready to go. I do oversimplify it a little bit because I haven't actually done this myself, but I understand the process at least. I could see exactly why this would intimidate you. It would intimidate me. And sorry to Daniel for bringing this up like for the 50th time on the channel, but when he did originally make this cabinet, it was his first time doing this, and he accidentally got the positive and negative wires crossed on the power supply, and it absolutely fried the arcade board. So he had to buy a whole nother Mortal Kombat 4 board and was out, you know, several $100s from that project just to get this going. So if it's your first time, be very, very careful and pay close attention to exactly where you're connecting the positive and the negative power and just all the wires in general. Not work as you expect. But when it comes to the power from the JAMA harness to the power supply, be very, very careful because you can ruin the entire PCB if you hook it up incorrectly. So that's really it. I know this is a very quick video. It's probably not what you are wanting if you wanted a tutorial, but I'm not in a position to give you a tutorial on this. If I ever do another one of these, or if I ever decide I'm going to take an arcade board for some reason and put it inside an Arcade1Up again, I will definitely record the process. I'll definitely make a tutorial. But I don't see myself doing that, so this may be the best you'll get, but I figured it may help a few people. Why not make the video and show you guys? And if anything, it may just be entertaining to you guys to know how this is actually working. And if you did find it entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing for more arcade content. Leave me a comment letting me know what you think about this kind of setup. Personally, I like having this smaller form factor, but still getting the real arcade gameplay. I miss the CRT look, that's for sure. And if I had more room, I'd of course opt for the real full-size cabinet if one came up at the right price. But for now, this holds me over. I get to play Mortal Kombat 4, the real arcade version, unemulated, just in a much smaller package that I can carry up and down the stairs much easier. So let me know what you guys think. I know there's some hardcore arcade purists who just probably want to kill me for doing something like this. And keep in mind, I didn't do this. I bought it like this, so don't kill me. I just bought the product. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. And here's the boot up sequence, by the way. You'll see that Japanese writing on there, Chinese writing on there. It is the little board that's converting it, booting up before the arcade board. Or at least before it shows the arcade signal.